Hey guys, welcome to Golden Hoops TV. This is the FPL podcast episode 2. We are looking forward to Game Week 20, having a panel of 4 people, me, Anand, Dhanav and Nandan Prabhu. How was your Game Week 19, guys?
I think it was decent, I suppose. My defense, again, it was a slight letdown for me, I suppose, because I had gotten Dogu, hoping that he would keep a clean sheet at least against Wolves. But somehow, Manchester United, it is they somehow managed to lose the 3 points and they only got a point against Wolves, which was very surprising to me, with my clean sheet also being gone. So that was definitely a big disappointment for me. And also, I was hoping that I would get a clean sheet from Gehi, but then Fulham also managed to score towards the end minutes. Let down by the defense, but overall, I suppose it was a good game week. Decent compared to how everyone else is doing. I suppose that I've done better.
Also, Haaland blanking,
Yeah, that was also a big disappointment.
exactly, most of the people in my other leagues as well had Haaland as the captain and he blanked. So, I take it any day because he wasn't my captain.
I ended with a 38 pointer and I had bench boost because, yeah, I had to use it. I think for me, the shocker started by knowing that Rice won't be playing against Villa. And had he played, I'm pretty sure there would have been an assist, at least an assist. Um, but I think the most disappointing part from that match was that 90 plus 4 Watkins gets a goal and my clean sheet from Raya goes away. Good thing that Timber was off, so I think that was the major difference. Other than that, it was a horrible week. The same thing that I did was that I got in Dallo because he's on the wing. He gets a lot of assists. Um, Dogo would have been a differential, but I was trying to play it safe with Dallo because he's a starter. Went ahead with Cunha as the captain to be differential, and I'm glad Haaland blanked. Other than that, my going forward, I think my major concern remains Rice.
Nandan Prabhu, how was your team? I mean,
It
damn.
was just a,
Everyone had bench boost. What the fuck?
I
Anyway,
mean, it was mainly it was just a use it before it expires sort of thing. Yeah, just a very flat game week in general. A bit annoyed. There were parts that were nice, but parts that obviously did not work out. I also went with Cunha and Dalo, trying to be play it safer rather than Dogu. I think I was mainly annoyed because I also rewatched the United game and I noticed that Amran actually went back to the one of his older systems with the three at the back, which against this Wolves team, which is like one of the worst teams. I didn't really understand the decision. They just looked so inconsistent with their plays, and yeah, it was just mind-boggling. Had Pickford in goal, pretty happy with him. Haaland obviously blank, but today's games were pretty drab to watch, if I'm being honest. A bit disappointed that Wirtz and Ekitike didn't deliver again. Liverpool really lacked conviction. He just looked very timid on the pitch. So yeah, not the most happy with the game week overall.
moving on to my team now. I won't say it was the best team, but still, it got me points. I'm glad I didn't went with the norm, and instead of captaining Haaland, I went with the Palmer captain. I mean, he could have delivered more, but considering he was subbed off at 60th minute again, I'd take 7 points from him any day. Started off with Anderson and Virgil at the back. I pretty much knew that Virgil will keep a clean sheet, but yeah, I never thought that Timber will start because it had the 75% chance playing, and I didn't go through the pre-game interview of Arteta. But then again, considering the fact that Arteta said Saliba is not fit to play back in game week 14 around, and then he played him in the next game, like the very next day, I cannot count on his interview anymore. So Timber costed me some points. He was left on the bench with 9 points. Gehi was a pretty how many people selected Gehi actually? I think selected by 41%. Yeah, sheesh. I mean, everyone pretty much expected Palace to get a clean sheet, but obviously they conceded towards the end. Cherky got me Defcons. I have no clue how, but yeah, Cherky was on Defcons. Foden just a generic game. Sunderland had a great defense throughout the game. Haaland blanked, so we know City didn't score at all. And Diego Thiago against Tottenham was a horrendous display. I think his rating was below 6 or something. Calvert Lewin had a goal disallowed, so also he didn't start, so he just gave me 1 point. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with my Palmer captaincy. But yeah, that's about it. I won't say I did wonders this game week. Now moving on, guys. What are the recommended transfers? Recommend the audience, because firstly we'll start off with Dhanav. Dhanav, as per your team, chip refreshment, like everyone getting all the chips back, and do you recommend to use any chip? And what are the transfers you're making or looking to make?
I think I will be using free hit again because my team looks really, really bad for the next game week. I've got all the tough fixtures of all of my players playing against each other. So it's going to be a difficult time for me making my team from the scratch. So I'm going to go complete fresh for the next game week. I will be using the free hit. That's what I'm going to do.
It's pretty much the same for me. Considering the matches of game week 20, we can see that big teams are facing against each other. We can see City versus Chelsea, a big clash there. Newcastle against Palace, again a big clash. Then you see Bournemouth and Arsenal, that too, common prey, and FPL players looking for their opponents. I don't think West Ham is a great shout to have players as well. So I think free hit is a great shout. I'll go with the free hit because I know for a fact after this game week I won't be having many West Ham players. But just because they're up against Wolves, I might rather have Paqueta or the likes of Jared Bowen. And Bournemouth Arsenal, again, Senesi being a very generic pick. I don't think so. I'll be going with any Bournemouth defenders here. With Gabriel being back, I might go with Gabriel, but then again, you have to consider that it's Bournemouth home, and Arsenal's clean sheet is highly unlikely as per me. Fulham versus Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't trust Liverpool's defense at all. That too, it's Fulham's home. Fulham's home is what, Craven Cottage, right?
Yeah, Craven
Yeah,
Cottage.
yeah. So it's at Craven Cottage. I don't think Liverpool will have a clean sheet. Fulham, Smith Rowe can be a good shout, but then again, it's a tricky pick because you never know when Liverpool will show up or not. Newcastle versus Palace, again a tough fixture because we got Palace who has a great defense. I get that it's at Newcastle's home, but then again, I won't trust them completely. City versus Chelsea, I'm highly up for Chelsea players. As a matter of fact, I'll just have two Chelsea players tops, and that'll be Palmer. Palmer with the goal scoring threat against the City high line because Chelsea thrive against high line teams. And then we've got, as Caicedo is out, I think Reece James will play midfield. He might get an assist or two. But I'm not going with my general trio of City here this game week, so I cannot afford to transfer them out. So I'll just use the uh, free hit chip. I'll be having Cherky, Foden, and Haaland back into my team after my free hit. So yeah, during my free hit, I'll only go with Foden. I don't think so that Haaland will be on the score sheet against Chelsea, and yeah, it would be mainly dominated by Chelsea. Oh, no, two Chelsea players, one City player, two West Ham players, and might be for Villa as well because Villa have been cooking at home, and I think Ollie Watkins or the likes of Morgan Rogers are a great shout for them against Nottingham Forest. It's an early kickoff. I expect a really high and intense atmosphere at Villa Park. So yeah, I won't be having Villa players after game week 20. So I think I'll go for the free hit as well. Nandan Prabhu, what about you?
Hard to say. I don't think three hits on my mind right now because actually the setup of my team is not that bad. Like, I'm happy to keep Hall and Gordon for now. They got both of them got offensive contributions last game, and I think having those two will be solid for the upcoming few game weeks. Mainly, the decision will be: do I start O'Reilly because I have triple Man City, which is not necessarily what I want. But even if I want to move on to like an Arsenal defender, I will obviously need another transfer because I just don't have the budget. So yeah, mainly I'll just roll the transfer for this game week and assess options for the game week 21.
Also, I think with Doku being back and Cherky playing full 90 against Sunderland, I think it's highly unlikely for Cherky to play again full 90 against Chelsea. I think Doku gets the 90 minutes on that one. And but that's the thing, you never know with Pep because he substituted O'Reilly at 58th minute today and took away the clean sheet points. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a tough call with City always because you got Pep and his thinking, which is totally different. Now moving on to Anand, what about you? Are you looking forward to some transfers this week, or are you rolling?
I have made my transfer this week. I think I'm aware that the Crystal defense is good, but I think Newcastle's fixtures, upcoming fixtures are pretty good. So not necessarily game week 20, but upcoming fixtures look good. So I'll be bringing in Bruno Gomes, and I'm not replacing Rice yet because he needs to be back within the next 2 game weeks. So he probably might be rested for the next two. And I'm not rushing for Gabriel as well. I think Timber is always going to start for the time coming, and the only concern that I have with Timber is just the price fall, and that at a point I won't be able to afford Gabriel. Otherwise, I don't plan on using my free hit because I feel free hit is probably going to be used when there's a blank game week, which is around 31, game week 31 and 34, where there'll be Carabao Cup and FA Cup semi-finals going on. So, I mean, with the likes of City and Chelsea and all the top six, you would expect them to be playing in those semi-finals. So, I think I'll be waiting on the free hit. I know that the fixtures actually look good for the next one, but I don't plan on using any of the chips yet. The closest chip that I am counting on is probably wild card if things don't go good in the next few game weeks.
Yeah, fair. And who are all of your captain picks? Like, so it's a really, really tough game week, but obviously I won't be captaining Haaland, bro. I mean, Chelsea is my bias. So any captain apart from Haaland is nowadays a differential captain. So I'd say I might go with Calvert Lewin as my captain. Uh,
Oh,
United.
he's up against United, and that too Leeds are at their home. So I'm counting on Leeds to score at least 2 goals and Calvert-Lewin being involved. With the lack of strength and box presence in the centre backs of United, they can easily concede. And Calvert-Lewin has shown his presence in the box in the recent few game weeks. I think Calvert-Lewin is a great shout for the captain. And also, I think at this point, even captaining Gabriel is not a bad shout. Gabriel is a complete beast. He can score, he can defend, he can get you the clean sheet points, he can get you defcons. With him being back, I think Gabriel is one of the most necessary defenders in your FPL team as of now. So yeah, I'd say Calvert Lewin or maybe Gabriel. I might captain Palmer, but yeah, the sudden change in Chelsea's management. I don't know what formation or what team we are gonna play, but I'm pretty sure Palmer will get his points against his minutes against Manchester City. That too away, being the main guy for the club. Yeah, so amongst them three, I'd go for Calvert Lewin or Palmer or Gabriel. So yeah, mostly Calvert Lewin, but we'll see. And what about you, Dhana? Who should you recommend to be your captain, or you might
Um,
for them?
well, because I will be constructing my team from the scratch for the second part of the season, and because my next game week is actually very messed up, I'm actually not sure of who I would be captaining. But considering if I take my present team into account, from that I would say maybe Voltamada is a good shout because
Mm-hmm.
they're playing at St James Park against Crystal Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's a very tough game and Crystal Palace are great at defense,
Mm-hmm.
I still think that as of now he is my shout. But again, I might not even have him in my team, so I need to make my team and then uh, look for my captain then.
Fair. Nandan Prabhu, whom are you looking forward to captain this week?
Honestly, I'm not sure because I think
कौन
it's
सा
hard.
राज में स्पैम कॉल क्यों कर रहा है? अरे मैं रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ धनव लोग के साथ जूम.
धनव हाय भाई कैसा है?
ठीक हो भाई.
चलो नंदन प्रभु, who are you looking forward to be your captain of the team?
Difficult to say, honestly, because there's no clear second option that I can deviate from Haaland. Like, I want to give it to Ekitike because he's like the only sort of Liverpool forward that's going and trying and getting something from these games. But Liverpool did not look that convincing against Leeds. Cunha was up. No, I was hoping Cunha delivered against Wolves, so I had more confidence to put him against Leeds away as a differential captain. But I'm not sure. It's between Haaland, Ekitike, and Cunha for me, and maybe Gordon, but I'm still unsure. But those are the four I have in mind. But yeah, looking at other fixtures, if anyone's doing a free hit, I guess Paqueta might be interesting because he has set pieces and he's facing Wolves. But apart from that, I'm not got any names on my head.
What about you, Anand?
I think for me, it's becoming more and more clear that I'm gonna captain Timber because it's Bournemouth away and the defense looks good. And the best part is that Semenyo won't be playing, so their major attacking threat is gone because the next coming 2 days is when his transfer gets finalized. And from the Bournemouth match, it looked like it was his final match. So I think that by that logic, Bournemouth's attacking is about to get really bad, and so Timber looks like a shout. But otherwise, the more logical one for me is to go with Cunha.
Hard to say this game week because it's hard to say because everyone's just been inconsistent really, and this game week was not at all a good indicator of there's a clear favorite for captaincy. I feel.
I mean, like, yeah, I mean the one player that should have scored was Ekitike and he didn't. So
Yeah, even Wirtz, I felt he had a chance where he could have maybe capitalized on, but again, just lacked conviction in every other part of the game. But we shall see.
Yeah, definitely we will. And that's it for today, guys. I'll catch you guys. Actually, we'll catch you guys next week for the next game week. Till then, bye bye. And please like and share and subscribe, guys. See you.